with Toby Miller, and this is a name that you will most likely be hearing a lot of in the next few years. I think just here at the Burton U.S. Open. So, Toby, you were so good at snowboarding when you were a little kid. At the age of like 6, that your parents did something pretty crazy when you were still under the age of 10.
Yeah, I mean, I learned how to snowboard when I was about 6 years old, and I grew up in Big Bear, so I learned how to snowboard there, was doing all the regional events, and, you know, they didn't really have a half pipe out there or big jumps for me to progress, so, you know, my parents were always so supportive, and they were like, well, let's move to Lake Tahoe. So we moved to Lake Tahoe when I was about 8 years old, and allowed me to pursue my dream of becoming a professional snowboarder, and I just rode over there at North Star and Boreal and all those resorts out there, and just ever since then, just been pursuing it.
Just ever since that. Can you imagine being so good at the age of 6 to something? Okay, now something that's also happened that's really unique for you is you've kind of forged this friendship with someone that we're all pretty familiar with.
I think I've heard of him, yeah.
Yeah, Sean something?
Yeah, I think his name is Sean White, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I've known Sean, man, since I was about 12 or 13 years old. I mean, I would ride with him in Lake Tahoe because I used to live there, and he would go there and train before the Sochi Olympics, and we'd train. I was so young. It was like a hey, we'd ride on the hill. And then coming in 2013, he invited me to go to Australia with him because he had a half pipe out there, and I was like, oh man, like, wow. It was just, you know, it was just so surreal, you know, looking up to him growing up, and he's just like, he's every young snowboarder superhero, if that makes sense. And then going to Australia with him, and then just slowly building a relationship with him, and then JJ Thomas, getting to travel with those guys over the last 2-3 years, it's honestly been a dream come true, you know?
Okay, so Sean White's coach is JJ Thomas, but he's your coach too. And you were also just traveling with them at the Olympics, right?
Yeah, so I've been working with JJ quite a bit and just traveling around with them. And Sean actually invited me to come out to the 2018 Olympic Games with him, which, you know, I was honored to be able to go. I was over there helping him film and just, you know, keeping the vibes good and making sure he didn't get too stressed out. And, you know, it was surreal. He actually won the gold medal on my birthday. Yeah, it was insane.
So you're basically his good luck charm is basically what happened.
I mean, I don't want to say that, but
I mean, I can say that. All right, but Toby, also, I'm just going to brag about you for a little bit here. So Sean had his own private half pipe in Australia that he invited you to, but notice this helmet here, this Red Bull helmet. You don't get that unless you are really, really, really good. And then when you do get that, sometimes you, Toby Miller, get your own half pipe that you can invite Sean to practice in. Tell us about how that happened.
Yeah, so I mean, last summer in Mount Hood, Oregon, Red Bull, you know, they gave me the opportunity to have a private half pipe up there, and, you know, nobody wants to snowboard alone. So I text Sean, I text JJ, I'm like, hey guys, like, let's go. So, you know, they gave us High Cascade, you know, High Cascade and Timberline, you know, they were huge supporters of the whole thing. So, you know, they gave us the benefit of having a private half pipe for about 2 weeks, and we rode evenings and until it got dark. And it was the most amazing training I had. I actually learned the frontside double cork 1440, which they call the YOLO flip, which honestly, it's changed my season. You know, that one trick, it basically put me on the next level and got me invited to the bigger events. So, you know, it was probably the most beneficial training session I have had ever.
And so is that something that we can look forward to seeing from you here at the U.S. Open?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I really would like to put it down on that last hit right there and get it, put it down. It'd be amazing.
Okay, now I'm probably going to embarrass you a little bit, Toby, but I'm going to do it anyway. See that smile right there? Not only is he a professional athlete, but I hear, Toby, that you're also a little bit of like a TV superstar.
I wouldn't say superstar, but I've done a couple little gigs here and there. You know, it's fun. You know, I mean, mine as well. It takes some stress off snowboarding when you're competing. You know, put some focus towards other areas, and it's a great time.
So we may see you on the big screen, not only the U.S. Open at X Games at the Olympics, but also like the silver screen.
Oh man, that would be a dream come true. It'd be so cool.
I told you this name, Toby Miller. Make sure you're going to be hearing it a lot. Well, listen, if people, you know, if they haven't been to a U.S. Open before, what would you say the best thing is to look forward to, and why are you really, really excited to be here?
Honestly, the thing about the U.S. Open is it's at the end of the year. The weather's warming up. I mean, look at it. The weather out here is just absolutely amazing. And you have all the world's best snowboarders out here in one place. And you have such good access to all of them. And you get a great show. It's truly an amazing event. I mean, you have to come out.
You heard him. You have to come out.
You have to come out.
You have to come out. Well, listen, Toby, thank you so much.
No,
really
thank
appreciate
you.
it. And make sure you're coming out. Make sure you're paying attention and you're rooting for this guy. We'll be watching for you.
Thank
Good
you so
luck.
much.
Yeah.